Bigger stream, sure again. This is going to be what if Luffy was born the year Roger died. Now this is going to be part 3, I believe. So the series has been gone so long. I realized I hit the like goal, but I kept forgetting to do it. Now I did have a proper recording of it a few days ago, but I accidentally deleted it while going through my gallery. I thought it was one of the other bad recordings I had, but I already deleted those, but I forgot. So I have to re-record it. That bounced off so many things. Alright, sorry about that. So, let's lift off with Luffy getting Sabaody. And, I said before. At this point, Luffy's 18, as he spent a long time with Usopp and Zoro specifically. He spent a little bit of time on with Nami, but, yeah. So Zoro knows Luffy the best in the crew by that time. But, yeah. So, we have a 13 or 14-year-old Luffy and... Not Luffy. We have 13 or 14-year-old Zoro and Sanji. Maybe 15, I don't know yet, I forgot. We have a... Chopper would be he's 10 at this point. He's 10. Wait, so... Ooh, 7... It's 6 or 4 current... Chopper's actually 9. So Chopper's 9. Then so Zoro and Sanji are 14. Well, 13 actually. And yeah. So yeah. So everyone gets Sabaody. So Frankie's probably his late 20s, early 30s. Brook is still in his 80s. But eventually the Strats, the current Strats, get to Sabaody. They get off the boat and they wander around. Luffy has Sanji and Brook together, Sanji, Brook, and Chopper. And Luffy is escorting Zoro around, and Frankie's going by ship parts. Sanji is on Sanji and Luffy had noticed that the doctor's office was near the meat shop or wherever they had food, and then Brook is just their legal guardian. And then Frankie's wandering around near Luffy, but he went off to go get ship parts. So Luffy is just hanging out with Zoro. Now, Brook's wearing a cloak, so no one just gets scared of a skeleton, but, yeah. Now, after an hour, they get back to the ship. Zoro would have gotten lost if Luffy was not holding him. By holding him, I mean Luffy's holding Zoro by the back of his shirt or punching someone in the face. But they have, so Sanji and Chopper have tons of food. Chopper has a lot of medicine. Zoro ended up getting some tools to sharpen his swords, and to even just get a lot of weights and stuff. And Luffy just grabbed a lot of meat, just for him. Sanji said, "Oh, so you grabbed your stock of meat." Luffy nods, saying, "Yeah, this is my stock." When he comes back, he opens his chest, saying, "I have a lot of tools in here. I'm probably gonna rebuild myself." Luffy nods, and then he says, "I have an idea." He says, "Zoro, Sanji, and Chopper, you stay on the ship. Brook, you stay with them." Brook nods as Luffy and Luffy and Frankie will go into the auction house. Sorry for the early pause. Luffy and Frankie go in the auction house and they look around. Now a lot of people are there and they're questioning why pirates are here. But Luffy just legit goes gear second. He was already in gear second before we walked in, but he disappeared from Frankie's point of view. Not Frankie's one, but he disappeared from everyone's view while dragging Frankie along. And he had Frankie's mouth in his body. He just dragging him along, or just ran along. They snuck into the back and knocked out one of the guards near the object section. And they start going through it. Luffy actually going through as fast as he can using gear second. Eventually he finds what he was looking for. A giant map. Luffy had heard from the auctioneers that was on break that they had a giant map of most of the Grand Line. And this map had the Grand Line in all blues. This map was made by someone on Roger's crew that sold it for a few 100,000 berries. This map did not map out the New World, as this pirate didn't want to give away a lot of the islands in the New World. The only thing he wrote was Fishman Island on there. And then on Fishman Island he wrote Entrance to the New World / Fishman Island / Whitebeard's Territory. Luffy said, "This map is over 2 billion berries. I can't afford it. Frankie, want to steal it?" Frankie nods, saying, just don't run, I'm going to throw up again." He says, "There's a door right there." Luffy just legit jet punches it and it's opened. All the slaves actually ask Luffy to free them. Luffy will actually look at the gates, saying, "When you can touch the gates to make sure what material they're made out of." When you touch a lot of them, saying, a few of them are made of sea stone, but you can punch away a lot of the gates to free the slaves. Luffy nods as he punches away all the gates that aren't sea stone, And with the RC Stone, he literally just like runs on stage as best he can, grabbing the keys from auctioneers and freeing everyone in the Sea Stone cage. Eventually, they all break out, punching down the auctioneer and punching up a lot of the royals. Until they all break out, and Rayleigh was not kidnapped, but he was near auction house watching this. Then he sees from the back, someone sneaks out holding the map that Rayleigh really knew it was there. He was watching to see who bought it. But see someone stole it. He really chuckles at seeing that these two are like most likely the ones that freed all the slaves. He tells Frankie, put it inside your body somewhere. We can't be seen with this. Frankie nods as he opens up his chest, as to reveal the compartment as he put all the ship parts on board. But he finds some spot to put it in, pretty safe. He nods as they run around, and eventually, a lot of the Marines are actually, like some of them are on the island, they're called by the royals, and the ones that are there about to shoot the slaves until, well, the potential slaves. And Luffy actually, like, he freed them by unlocking their college as well. They don't have collars, they're just free. Luffy jet punches one of the Marines, and then eventually jet punches the rest of them. Goes out of gear second, and then him and Frankie leave to the boat. And one of the Marines is a vice admiral. Vice admiral. I was about to say vice captain. Vice admiral. Vice admiral's about to jump out and slash Luffy as he's using hockey. Luffy is about to be too late to dodge this until the old man like backhands this guy in the face so hard that everyone hears an audible crack. And the guy's on the ground, following with blood pouring out of his mouth, his nose. Like any part of his face that can bleed is pouring blood. At least that might have been a little too hard. He says, "That's awesome! How'd you do that?" At least says, "You're not sure that I might have just killed a man in front of you?" He says, "No, I have done way worse to people." At least says, "Oh God, pirates these days." He said, "I don't know if I consider myself a pirate. I'm like a ocean bandit, because I don't have the full crew I want." Right, but they will say, "What? Never mind that. Let's go on a ship and talk." Luffy nods as they run to the ship, and Luffy says, "Alright, everyone below deck. And he nods as Luffy goes below deck and closes all the windows, everyone follows him. They leave one window open, this window is facing away from Sabaody. So they talk in Luffy's captain quarters, and Rayleigh reveals who he is. They actually bring Shocky aboard after like 10 minutes, and Shocky and all them talk. Rayleigh then tells them, that map was built by a close friend of his named Crocus. Luffy chokes on his drink saying, "Crocus, the old man, near the red line." Rayleigh says, "Wait, you've met him?" Luffy nods at him, yeah, me and him are actually pretty cool with each other." Rayleigh nods saying, Crocus helped make that map. He remembered everywhere we went in the east. My cousin used to London knock on my door. Where was I? Yeah, Crocus, like Rayleigh said, Crocus remembered all the spots they went to from the east, the west, the south, the north. And then he remembered all the spots that went to the Grand Line, but not a lot of stuff is on there. Luffy then points to the Fishman Island, saying, then, like, if you remembered most spots, why isn't there anything past Fishman Island? Rayleigh says, he remembered most of the New World. It was horrifying for him the first time he was there. But he says, it wouldn't be wise to map out the New World if they're going to sell a map later. Luffy nods, saying, "Makes sense. Well, do you want the map back or something? We're willing to give it back. It's your map." Really will say, "I keep it. I don't really care. I'm not be a pirate again. Already did too much as a pirate." He chuckles, saying, "Well, did you want anything from us?" Rayleigh points to Luffy, saying, "You. Straw Hat. You know who gave it to you?" Just, yeah, Red-haired Shanks, coming to Akagami Shanks. And listen, Rayleigh says, "Yes, you know who you got it from." Luffy will think hard, saying, "You." Alright, sorry about that. So, Rayleigh says, "Do you know who gave you the hat?" Luffy will say, "Well, Shanks did." And then Rayleigh says, "Do you know who Shanks got it from?" Luffy will think hard about the names that Crocus mentioned, saying, "It'd be the Navigator, you, Crocus, Roger." Crocus says, "Bingo, Roger." Luffy just choking on his spit, saying, I was joking about Roger." Shanks said he was like 9 when he got this hat. Roger was actually friends with Shanks. Rayleigh will nod, saying, "Yeah, Shanks and Roger we're pretty friendly." He smiles, saying, "Just don't use the word friendly like that." Kirkus then realizes the Tony you says, "Scratch that. It was like a father-son thing." He nods, saying, "Better, but it was all you wanted to talk to me about." Lily says, "How about I train you? You said you don't have the correct crew. Why don't you go and get them when we're done training, or I'll stop training you when you want to go get them." He nods, saying, "Well, I want to get them when they're like my age, like my current age, when they're like 17 or 18." Luffy then thinks hard on Nami and Usopp's age, saying, "Oh wow, that's gonna be a while. Plus Nami's gonna be 8. When Nami's 18, Usopp's gonna be 17." Luffy just looks at Rayleigh, saying, "You can train me." Luffy opens the map, saying, "All right, Straw Hats, we need to separate, but we need to go where we each will be benefited." Brook nods in agreement, saying, "I agree with that." Luffy looks on the map, and he finds one certain spot on the island for Brook. Let's see real quick. Okay, so Google is useless. I know, learning that. Or people that wanted their results went to the wrong sites. So places like I looked up where Brook was training. It said Fishman Island. I know for a fact he didn't go there. I know where Chopper went, but I forgot the name of the place where Brook was. But Luffy would point out this one island, saying this some people here have a strong spiritual connection, and maybe if you go there, you can hone your double fruit to actually learn some moves. Brook nods, saying maybe. Luffy points out this island, saying he knows for a fact that's where Vegapunk is from. Maybe you can find an old lab there or something, or you can find out some useful information from that island. He nods, saying, "But isn't there a giant ice wall blocking that place?" Luffy says, "Frankie, you can shoot lasers, you can shoot explosions, you can shoot your fist out. You're gonna get past the wall." And he chuckles, saying, "I forgot about that." He points out this place, the Monkey Kingdom, and under it, there's in parentheses says, "Monkeys that learn your fighting style." Luffy saw that, says, So he looks at Zoro, saying, "Zoro, you're gonna go there." Zoro says, "There's monkeys that fight me." He says, "And you're gonna fight those monkeys back, aren't you?" Zoro just kind of gulps at Luffy's gonna force him to go there either way, and Zoro will nod, saying, "Yes, sir." And Luffy points out Kamabaka Kingdom. And now he knows about their fighting style. He knows that they have their own personal fighting style. Luffy points to this, saying, "Sanji, you're gonna hate it, but you're gonna go here." Sanji says, Why am I gonna hate it?" Luffy whispers in Sanji's ear, and Sanji says, "Like hell I'm going there, like hell. Like hell." Luffy says, "Sanji, you're going, or I'm kicking off the crew." Sanji says, "Well, I guess you'll have to kick me off." And that's when Luffy kind of punts Sanji right into the ocean. Sanji screams, saying, "I didn't mean actually kick me. Actually kick me." Luffy laughs, saying, "All right, Momo, bring him aboard." Then we're going to stretch it out and bring Sanji aboard. As Luffy says, "Sanji, they have their own unique fighting style that mainly involves kicks, no punches. Sanji, you have unique dishes that aren't from typical locations. So they have fishes from different blues that you've never even been to." Reluctantly, Sanji will agree, and Luffy then says, "All right, Frankie, we're gonna stay on this archipelago for like a year, just enough for you to build like machines to track these locations, and then send everyone there." Frankie nods, as during this time Frankie's gonna be building. Luffy did tell Chopper where to go, but Luffy is gonna train with Rayleigh during this 1 year, and Zoro and Sanji occasionally join in. So it's Brook, so it's Chopper. But Chopper mainly just learns about some alcohol, and how if he mixes some alcohol into his medicine, he might be able to numb some of the pain that people are feeling. So Chopper just puts alcohol in some of his medicine. But fast forward that year, Frankie sends everyone off, and Frankie sends himself off. Luffy then actually tells Rayleigh they should go on a tour of every blue, and he actually wants Shocky to come with them. So Shocky she closes her bar for a bit and says, she'll be back in a few years. Luffy actually takes the Mary, not the Mary, the Sunny, and they set sail. So Frankie gets to Tornado Kingdom, not Tornado Kingdom, that's Chopper. Frankie gets to Vegapunk's home island and is able to punch a hole in the gate or the ice wall, and get through, and eventually gets to the area where Punk was. He's still meets the old man, but he's not as old, and his son, especially his son, isn't even born yet. Well, old man is able to help Frankie, and when Frankie's about to press the button to blow himself up, old man will say, "That's an explosion." Frankie doesn't press it. But eventually the old man and Frankie actually explore the lab, and even more in depth, Frankie has a partner that can help him enhance his body further. Frankie is a little more powered up. Like Wano Frankie powered up. And then we go to Chopper, who at this island and is actually able to combat a lot of the animals and like the birds. He's able to combat them with observation hockey. He's able to protect the villagers. He's able to protect the birds from the villagers. So yeah, actually able to make them come to peace. Sanji goes to Kamabaka Kingdom, and when he tries to get chased, he legit kicks them all in the face, saying, "I am not one of you." Eventually, Ivan has to come, and he actually has Sanji train under him. So Ivan trains Sanji. Then Zoro still trains against the monkeys, as he fights them all. One even using Mihawk style. It's actually pretty hard for Zoro, but eventually Zoro's able to actually overpower it physically, and almost kills it by cutting his neck in a very his head almost is cut off, but it's able to heal. Now, after like 2 months, Mihawk finally comes back from slicing up some pirate ships, and Mihawk sees that Zoro conquered all the monkeys. As when he gets there, he sees Zoro holding down one of the monkeys forcefully and almost killing it. Mihawk will grab Zoro as Zoro's about to slash Mihawk. Mihawk legit slaps away the blade, saying, "What are you trying to do to the apes?" Zoro then almost choking his spit, saying, "Draco Mihawk." And Mihawk will say, "What of it? And why are you on my island? How'd you get here?" That's when Mihawk actually thinks back, saying, "Show a bunny poster looking like this kid. Oh, you're Roanoa Zoro." Zoro nods, saying, "Fight me." This engage is actually a fight between Zoro and Mihawk, and that literally ends in Mihawk legit punching the hell out of Zoro. Zoro will go for an onigiri. Suddenly Mihawk appears from above him and punches him back in the head so hard blood comes out of his nose and he passes out. But Zoro still does the same thing, like, "I'm gonna be strong for my captain. I'm nothing but a kid now, but when he comes to get me, I will be strong. Stronger than the strongest I'll ever be." Mihawk says, "How old are you?" Zoro gives him his age, and Mihawk will sigh, saying, "I guess I'll train you." This results in a giant smile from Zoro, and Sanji trains under Ivan. And Sanji does like to do his own version of the Death Wink, but this is really like Sanji coating his leg in a much like a small form of a little bit of hockey. And Sanji will kick his leg as hard as he can, kick it forward as hard as he can using like a version of Skywalk, like Tempest kick, and just hockey. And this results in a giant shockwave that's on the level of Death Wink, or actually above it. Zoro will still learn the same stuff, so will Chopper. Frankie's a little more upgraded. And then we go to, let's just say, Brook. Brook gets to the island. He actually has no nonsense from anyone. He legit beats the crap out of all of them that try to challenge him. Like the long arm tribe that tries to tell him, that tries to beat him up. Like the villagers even tell him like they're trying to kill us. So Brook's able to just slice a lot of them up, and eventually he doesn't go on tour, but he does go on tour, but by himself. And he turns that island into a party island, or into a giant island that's like his island now. But Luffy will go across each and every blue, forming. This results in him meeting a lot of supernovas before they even become pirates. He meets Kid and Killer. Actually, let me check pause real quick. Okay, so Luffy will end up in the north, and eventually, that's like the first place he goes to is the north. Eventually, he ends up meeting with Bonnie. So pretty sure Bonnie's from the north. Then we had Hawkins. Then we had Law. The three of them are from the north, and he meets them. And he meets Law first as he's going on the island. He meets Law, Penguin. And pause one more time. I forgot the name of the other guy. Alright, so Luffy will go to the north, and he finds so Law's 2 years older than Luffy in this one. He's 2 years older. Luffy ends up going to the island, and he finds a 20-year-old Trafalgar Law with Beppo, Shachi, and Penguin. Finds them, and they're kind of arguing in a bar, and they see Luffy walk in. And Luffy is like known as the ultimate pirate of this generation. Like he's the ultimate pirate. He started a war with the world government. It's just everyone, like every major faction, he started a war with, except for the revolutionaries. Bandits hate him as he's like he's known as the ultimate bandit on his home island. He already had a bounty of like 5 million before. So bandits hate him, pirates hate him, everyone hates him except for the revolutionaries. But when Luffy walks in, Law, Shachi, Beppo, and Penguin look at him and say, "What are you doing in the east? Not in the east, in the north." Like, that's the first thing they say to him. Like, why is someone like him in the north? He was like just so close to the New World. They see Rayleigh with him. Law knows who it is. They're about to insult the old man, Luffy, and Shaki, but Law throws a cup at Shachi's head, saying, "Don't you dare insult them." And he whispers in Shachi's ear, who's next to Luffy, and Shachi almost pukes. And they welcome him, and eventually they talk for a bit. And Luffy hears about Law's devil fruit and claims it's amazing. Law doesn't believe Luffy, and Luffy says, "Jeez, you're probably going to become a pirate either way." Law says, "Yeah, so what if I am?" Luffy chuckles, saying, "With your eyes, you're going to be a pretty sucky one." Law goes to punch Luffy in the head, but Luffy legit catches the punch and throws Law out of a window. This results in a scuffle between Luffy, Law, Beppo, Penguin, and Shachi, and whoever else was on Law's crew at the time. But Luffy beats them all up pretty easily, even with Law using Room. Luffy's jet pistol, jet Gatling, those all take down Law's crew pretty easily, even inside the room. So he handles them pretty easily. And then, actually, Luffy will just say, when you're a pirate, here. And he throws like a paper to Law. This Law has a straw symbol on it saying, "When you're a pirate, you're my ally. You're strong and useful. And I may ask you to help someone I know." Luffy walks off with Rayleigh as they're they spend more time on the island, or in the north in general. They end up meeting Hawkins, and that was kind of weird to Luffy, because Luffy was scared of Hawkins, as Hawkins was pretty creepy. But Luffy eventually kind of got over it. So yeah, now Luffy and Bonnie are on the same, she's not the same age. Bonnie would be, she'd be a little bit younger than Luffy. She's like 2 years younger than Luffy in this one. So yeah. Now, since Luffy's not younger, he's older. He's Bonnie, and she has a small crush on him, but it's not too big. And Luffy's aware of it. He's gonna just mess with Bonnie for a bit. And Luffy was 19 by the time he met Law. So Law was like 21. Luffy was 19. And then Hawkins. That was kind of weird, but Luffy actually offered Hawkins to be, when you're a pirate, you can become one of a member of my Grand Fleet, or an ally. So to Bonnie too, as she wanted to be a pirate. Then he went to the south and met Kid and Killer, and he already knew that they were going to be pirates. And they actually admired Luffy, like he was their I guess savior in some way. As they were chased by Marines, and Luffy usually kicked all the Marines away. And this allowed Kid and Killer to meet Rayleigh and Shaki. And during this time that Luffy's actually training with Rayleigh, a little bit of Shaki. But yeah, so Rayleigh is kind of shocked how Luffy's getting members of this crew, allies. But Luffy gives Kid and Killer a card, or with the Grand Fleet, not Grand Fleet, but like a straw hat symbol on it, saying, "Put that on a flag, or put that on your flag, or make another flag, put it on yours, on your ship. This will signify you're an ally." Killer and Kid nod, and Luffy actually points to Killer, plugging him in the head, saying, "Your laugh is kind of funny, and I like it." This actually gives Kid and Killer a little bit of confidence. Luffy then pokes Kid in the head, saying, "So nice hair," and walks off as Kid's hair reminds him of Shanks. Now he goes around to the west and easily takes over all of Beijing's territory with minimal effort. This does result in a fight between Luffy and Beijing, but Beijing does have to go big father, and Luffy still legit one-shots him using a hockey-infused jet pistol, and it sends Beijing crashing down. Now, this only happened because Luffy took over all his territory. Beijing got insulted, tried to fight Luffy, and ended in Luffy one-shotting him. Vito even tried to intimidate Luffy, but Luffy tanked one of the bullets and just punched Vito right in the jaw. And Luffy even threw a paper to Beijing saying you should become a pirate, and if you want to, you're an ally. But he coughed up a little bit, saying, "Bastard," as he stood up and walked off. Luffy then went to the east. That's his home. He went to the north, the south, and the west. He goes east and he goes home. And he stops by Kokashi village, and Nami is actually very happy about this. She asks if Luffy can come take her on the crew, but Luffy says he's not going to be a pirate for a few years. But by the time he does return to be pirate to piracy, he's bringing Nami with him. And Nami then actually says, Arlong's crew is spotted near here. They're not dead. Luffy sighs, saying, "Damn it, I'm gonna have to finish the job." And Luffy tells Rayleigh, "Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna take the ship though." Luffy sails around Nami's island for a bit, and eventually finds a small island where Arlong's crew is on. And Arlong sees Luffy's ship, and doesn't notice Luffy's ship, but he sees Luffy on it. Arlong kind of fears a bit, as suddenly he realizes Luffy's looking right at him. Suddenly, Luffy jumps right into Arlong. He has one arm tethering him to the ship. And the ship's being pulled as Luffy jumped, and Luffy kind of palm strikes Arlong in the chest using a jet palm strike. And Luffy's using jet a lot at this point because he wants to go fast. So Luffy takes down most of Arlong's crew and goes back to the ship and sails away. So yeah, Luffy picks up Rayleigh and they go back to whatever they came from, and they end up going back to Usopp's village and talk for a bit. Usopp is told the same thing. Luffy tells Usopp the same thing he told Nami, and Usopp just smiles, saying, I'm ready whenever you are." Rayleigh pats Usopp on the head, saying, "I met your father." So Usopp smiles, saying, "How is he?" And Rayleigh will say, "Last time I saw him, he was still breathing." Usopp laughs as Luffy will leave with Momo, and Rayleigh and Shocky. But Luffy will actually stop by Logtown for Rayleigh. They even met Crocus, so yeah. But when Luffy stopped by his island to say hi to Dada and Makino and all of them, then he went to Logtown to help Rayleigh with nostalgia, and then he goes back over the mid line and stops with Laboon and everyone else. And Luffy tells Laboon he met one of the old pirates, and he met Brook. Laboon's happy and he smiles. Luffy knows he's gonna smile, but yeah. But Luffy spends 4 years with Rayleigh, Crocus, and Shocky, and he learns how to navigate better from Crocus, and he learns some medical expertise. As Crocus would know some decent navigation if he managed a lighthouse. And Luffy does learn some techniques on Laboon, he learns how to enhance his chokeholds, and just throws on Laboon, as Luffy messes around with Laboon a lot. So yeah. Now, time is up. So 2 months before the original timeline would start, Luffy sails around the whole world looking for his crew. Eventually he finds Frankie, he finds the hole Frankie entered in, so he goes through that hole and then goes onto the island and grabs he finds the island where Frankie is, the part of the island. Brings Frankie back, and Frankie actually says goodbye to the old man and his son. Frankie is actually able to spark up Vegapunk's tool that he used to heat up the island. As Frankie is not smarter than Vegapunk, but I'd say Vegapunk is able to spark up the whole island now, but Vegapunk didn't do it yet. Frankie does have the necessary technology to do it, and he does it. So yeah, Frankie heated up the island, and they can turn it off whenever they please. So Luffy gets Frankie, and eventually they go to another island. This island they go to is the Torno Kingdom, and eventually they end up getting Chopper. Yeah, they get Chopper, and Chopper is he has a few scars, but not too many. He's been stabbed by the bird's beak a few times. Then some of the villagers would throw explosive spears at him. So yeah, he beats up the birds and the villagers, but they didn't apologize, but now they did. Then he goes Brook, as Brook just says, "Oh, this is my island," and everything. Yeah. So he leaves and makes one of the Long Arms a vice president, and he makes one of the humans president. So yeah, so that's actually enough power for both of them. And does those Long Arms, the humans, they're not as physically strong as you, they're not as technologically advanced as your side of the island. Let them have the higher power, and they can't take over your side of the island because you have the vice president backing you up. So yeah, all settled. And then Luffy goes and grabs Zoro, but Mihawk was actually about to be gone at the time. But Zoro wrote a note to Mihawk saying, "My captain can't pick me up, but I thank you for all the training you've done. You've helped me with." Mihawk did get back when Luffy was gone, but he did take the note and smiled. I just thought Zoro was like kind of like a son or like his nephew. That's like the relationship between Mihawk and Zoro was kind of like nephew and uncle. And then Luffy goes and grabs the rest of the crew, like Sanji from Kamabaka Kingdom. Sanji, like Luffy got Sanji running away on the island, as some of the younger Kamabakas who were within Sanji's age gap, or not yet, but age range, were chasing Sanji, and Sanji kicked them all away. At this point, Sanji would be at this point, he's 17. He's not 17, he's 18. So he kicks away a lot of Kamabakas, as he's actually pretty strong. And Luffy then yells from the shore for Sanji. Sanji then yells, "There not be a damn hallucination. I'm coming, Luffy." Sanji runs to Luffy saying, "Get on the ship and let's go. Go, 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 go. Kuda burst. Anything you have, go." Frankie then says, "One Kuda burst coming up." And they shoot off. Ivan yells from the shore, "Bye, Sanji." And that's the only time Sanji's actually happy to see Ivan, so he says bye back. But yeah, eventually they all say goodbye. And about that. Eventually they go back and they get the rest of the crew. They get Nami, they get Usopp, they get everyone. So yeah. Now I'm gonna sort it off here with the Straws coming back together. If you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe, comment if you did like it. Bye.